In this video, we're going to cover the different mouse moves within 3Design. To illustrate these mouse moves, we've imported into the screen this ring and diamond from our catalog feature that comes with the software. The first thing that's important to learn is how to select. Selecting an object can be done with a single left click of the mouse, and the object will turn blue to show that it has been selected. Click again on the same object and it turns back to its original color, here yellow gold. Same thing on the stone. Left click to select it, it turns blue. Click again and the selection is cancelled. Often we'll need to select more than one object at a time. To do this, you hold the left click and then you also hold down the Control key on your keyboard, or on a Mac or an Apple computer, the Command key or the Apple key. Here we have the shank selected. Holding down the Control key, we use the left click button to select the stone, and now we have both objects selected at the same time. Again, click to deselect. Now using the right click button, we can actually rotate the object in the field to get different views. Important to note here is we're not actually changing the position of the object in the field, but only the way that we are viewing the object, similar to if we were rotating the camera around a stationary object. When you release the right click, the object stops spinning. So again, simply grab the right click button, push it down, and now by moving your mouse up, down, left, right, you can actually rotate the view. Now if we hold down right click and we move the mouse off of the display area, you'll notice that the piece will continue to spin by itself. If you want to stop the animation, you can right click back in the graphic area and it will stop the spinning right away. Note that the different speed that you drag and release will make it spin faster, and also the angle or the position that you move off of the graphic display area will make it spin at a different angle. And this is just useful for showcasing your piece or looking at it from different angles. Again, right click in the middle and you'll stop the rotation. At the top right hand side of the graphic display area, you see these different boxes. These are predefined viewing angles. For example, the first one is called the top. By selecting this, the orientation of the design will automatically go to the top of the ring. The bottom is the same way, but of course it goes to the bottom. And then of course you can view it through the finger or through the side. These tools are very good for getting back to orientation, especially if you've been zooming around a lot. Now let's look at some of the zoom features. Let's go back to the front view. If we want to zoom in or out, we can just use the scroll button of the mouse. So using the scroll wheel, if we use it towards ourselves, we're zooming in, and if you scroll in the other direction, you'll be zooming out. And again, all I'm using is the scroll wheel. I'm not pushing any other buttons. Right now you'll notice that by default, the zoom is going to be focused in on the center. And if you want to zoom in on different objects, you can combine left click and right click at the same time, and it will automatically slide the view to where you are, or to where you left click and right click. Again, note that the object didn't move from its location, just my view did. Now I'm zoomed in on a different part. So again, here using the scroll wheel, I'll zoom in or out on the area where I did the right and left click together. The only thing that's changing is my zoom position. If you want to recenter, you can just left click and right click to zoom in at the center axis. Another cool option is the pan. The pan mode allows you to drag and move the angle or the center of your viewport. By clicking the right click and the scroll wheel button at the same time, you can actually grab and move your piece around to zoom in on different areas. Again, note, it's only the view that's changing and not the position of the object in the field. If your mouse does not have a scroll button on the keyboard, you can use the Alt and Shift key simultaneously, and this time the left click button of the mouse. This way you can pan around as if you had a scroll wheel on your mouse. Again, Alt, Shift, and left click on your mouse, and you'll do the same thing as a right click and a scroll button. For Mac users, simply hold the Option key and Shift while clicking on your mouse. These are the basics of moving your mouse and keyboard with 3Design to view around the port.